Welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be making a little homestead. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So you're going to be building a 31 by 31 square. I would mark this with some block that you can remember that we will be filling in later with some other stuff. But just do that for now, and let's go ahead and take a nice look at all of our different blocks. So we have some stripped birch, we have a campfire, lantern, and chain. We have some spruce, stripped spruce, spruce planks, spruce slab, spruce fence gate, and a spruce trap door. We have a stripped oak log, a oak slab, and oak log, and a oak stair. And we have trapdoor, and dark oak trapdoor. We have dark oak slab, and we have dark oak planks. So now that we have all of that set up, let's get straight into it. So to start off, let's make a little path. So just grab some materials of your choice. And I personally would use cobblestone, some wooden, just to break stuff apart. You actually want to use, surprisingly enough, oak slab, spruce sometimes works, even jungle sometimes works. So that's something that you could do if you would really like to. But I'm just going to be using dead brain coral. Now, this does not need to be used. This is possibly late game, and if you can't use it, you don't need to use that block. Another thing is, get a shovel, and then pretty much you're good, except just get some gravel, and then you're good. So just start really wherever you would like. It really is depending. Now, homesteads are often not that perfect, so I'm gonna make sure to have a lot of mistakes. And this is an important thing if we want a lot of this, because, you know, stuff. But just kind of go crazy with your shovel, honestly. Just go wherever. Now, you do need to have a little bit of strategy on it, but just click around. Probably can hear my mouse clicking. Click. Don't just drag it around. And then any empty space, just put in some of your different block variations, like some gravel. Don't add that much gravel, because I did not mean to write that. You have some pinkish colors, like some really light pink, and when you have a high mass of gravel, you really don't like it. So 1 or 2 in the same spot. You do want to have a decent amount of it, but it's not the best block for paths. I mean, it's a really good block for paths. I shouldn't say that, but it is a very limited block when you should be thinking about what blocks you should put where, and it's not a block you want everywhere, but it is a block you want in a few places. So just make sure if you add it in, don't add in many more than 3, or it might start looking a little bit weird with the cobblestone. But it really is a good thing for paths. But just add in all of this variation of different stuff like that. And then even something I didn't do and forgot about is grab some coarse dirt. The coarse dirt adds this little gravelly texture, like right here. Why is that? You don't want something like that. That's a little bit too man-made. And obviously this would be man-made, but you want it to look like it's older and it's getting worn out and people are walking on it. You don't want it to look like, ooh, I just made this in Minecraft. It's like a hardcore path, like where you don't care about looks. You just care about surviving. That is not, if you're in a survival world, I mean, even if you're hardcore, I mean, you should be at least trying to put a little bit of effort into your builds. But just something like this, you can always add off of it, but this is just the main branch of the path. So, none of this is now needed anymore. So, you can just shift-click all of it. So, now we're going to start with our first build, and it's not necessarily a build, but I'm just going to grab some cobble, just different types of cobble, even a little bit of mossy cobble, but no, all of the stairs and stuff, I don't want that. I actually don't want any of the, and some of that other stuff I accidentally kind of grabbed. So, if you want it to look old, you can do all mossy and then just start adding in texture. But I want this to look new enough, but not like, oh, it was built yesterday. So, I'm going to just add the texturing after. So, go ahead and do this, and I'll see you then. Okay, so now that you have all of the cobblestone, now, if you did texture it and add all of the other stuff, then you can skip ahead a little bit. But right now I'm going to talk about texturing and all of the different steps you need to make this wall look a lot better. Now, if you are in hardcore and you're building this, make sure every single block is at least, like, over here. You do not want something, like, I just went straight through. You want this gone. You want that gone. You want this to at least be a block and a half. Just enough that no creatures can get over it, other than phantoms. But you can always do that. So that's just a good step. But for me, I am going to leave some empty spots. And you also just want to add in those little bits of texture, like I was saying. Now, here it really does depend if you want like a grand entrance or something. But I'm kind of thinking I'll do like a broken up entrance like that. And obviously, this not being hardcore, I'm just going to kind of add some stuff like this. And just go around. You add some texture. And this will be resource needing. And also, if you can, just mine for one piece of iron and do a little bit of smelting to get some stone, because do not go and do the whole weird crafting recipe for this, because that should be 8. It should give you 8. But no, they decide to give you, what did they even give you? 4? You should at least get 6. but, you know, don't get me raging about that. But, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and I'll see you then. Welcome back. So, at this point, your wall is probably done, if you're still watching. So, let's continue on. So we're finally going to get to this first actual building. We're going to be building a greenhouse. Spruce will be needed. We will need stripped. No, I'm not sure we'll need stripped, but I'm going to get it because lantern and chain, trapdoor, spruce fence, spruce planks. Probably going to need an oak log, and we're also going to need some white stained glass. So, it's right over in, I mean, again, this is really your choice on where you place your buildings, depending on how you've made your path, but it's still the same basic. You might see most things be 3 by 3 and 3. Well, I normally do 3 too, but for a greenhouse, I'm going to do a 10 by 4 and 10 by, wait, I'm sorry, 10 by 5. And, well, no, wait. So, no. Okay, yeah. So it would be a 10 by 7. I mean, 10 by... Okay. It's 5 in the gap, so it's 14 by... You know what? You know what I mean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Wait, no, that should be here. So we have that 5 space gap in there. That is exactly what we want. That's why we have that odd thing. But it's also, it's different when you do a greenhouse. It's very different when you're doing a greenhouse. So, I mean, you can add glass wherever, and you can also use whatever color. I tend to like white for greenhouses, but again, that is your complete choice. All of this is really just an idea. I mean, this space is the ideal space for a starter base. Actually, this would probably be a little later game, but also very easy materials to get. So just, you know, add some glass in here. So it's going to be 3 tall. We're going to do the front, and then we're going to do the sides and back and stuff. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here. Wait, no, it's here. What am I saying? Here. Okay. So, if we do something like that, and then make it 3 high, and then this 3 high, this 3 high, okay. Now we have the base of our greenhouse. So just fill all of these gaps in with glass, and actually, no, the sides can be spruce. You'll see why in a second. So just fill these in with spruce. I normally would have done this in a flat world, but this is a survival base, so we gotta see how it would work out in survival terms. So go ahead, make everything two up like that. Wait a second. Oh. So something like that, and then on the last one you go like that. So you have something like that. Now look at the difference between this and that. And on a greenhouse it's way better like that anyway. So just go ahead, do something like that. And this does add to the materials needed, but it just looks so much better. So, wow. Still getting used to this, apparently. Probably just the break I took over Christmas. I guess I kind of started at Christmas, but I still kind of took a break. But, see this? And then just right in here, all of that can be glass. Now, this is my personal opinion. You guys might like it, I not like it, and honestly, that can be glass. So just something like that, because you kind of want these, some solid blocks there, but you don't want too many to make it look kind of like a, I don't know, like an actual house. So yeah, like that. This is it takes long enough to get it's not hard to get the materials for it. It's just not it's just waiting. But you'll have plenty of time to wait for that while all of this is growing. Now, something I'll talk about quick is the dirt we will be using in the places where we put our greens and everything. Do not. This is not this is a personal opinion. I'm saying do not, but this is not actually something you have to do. But in my opinion, it does not look nearly as good if you use actual grass. I would suggest using a different block, something like coarse dirt is what I'll be using, because coarse dirt can be used. Now there will also be other blocks that will come into play, like when you're planting seeds, you have to use the fertile land, and then you also need to have the water there, but that can easily be hidden, so not too worried about that. And that looks so good. That doesn't look much different from coarse, but if you're adding flowers, coarse dirt is the way to go, because coarse dirt doesn't, I don't know, if you're in a greenhouse, what do you see? You normally don't see stuff that's green. You do, but you don't see that type of green. So, coarse dirt, even podzol. Podzol would be a good block. Don't ask me why, but it would be. It very much would be. So, get your spruce trapdoors and your coarse dirt. And also, you would need to use a hoe if you're in survival, but because I'm in creative, I'm just going to grab the farmland block and a water bucket. So, if I go here, and this is, again, I don't know where you want to place it. This is not where you need to place it. This isn't at all where you need to place it, but it's just where I'm placing it. So on this side, I'm going to do something like this. And we have the corner blocks being oak. Now inside, we'll do this will be the flower area. We don't want this to be too big, just because this is going to be a operational building. We do want this to actually have a purpose. And the purpose is, obviously, to grow food. And this is why I'm just going to be doing something like that. But, again, personal preference. If you don't want any purpose and just want pretty, then go ahead. Make it, I mean, don't make it functional, but kind of aiming for the, pretty for hardcore. Obviously, this is pretty for survival, pretty for hardcore. You normally would not be building this in anything else. Probably going to be named Homestead Starter Base or something. I don't know what I named it. I'm still kind of in this phase here, but, I don't know, really, on what you're going to do, but personally, just do that. Or, okay, that is right, okay. Okay, those two, okay, that is not, okay, so we got a water source there, and we just do that. And then that should go all the way over, and I think I can do that. Oh, I guess I can't. Right here, I'll just probably, I'm not sure what I'll do there. I'll just do that. So, we have this, and then we also gotta do that. And, again, I, personally, just because of how I laid it out, is gonna be a whole different thing. It's how you might lay it out. You might want so much wheat, so much carrots, because carrots and wheat are the only food source, but then you can also use, well, they all are food sources, but they're the most effective. But then you also have breeding and stuff, but the main thing I know is just, yeah, I shouldn't be telling you this, but it's really not about that in survival. It is if you want to eventually get a better food source, but carrots and wheat, beetroot is I'm not even sure if beetroot grows quicker than carrots. Sometimes you can find it and it's easier to find. Now, it's not a good food source, even when you turn it into stew, but it's still a very good food source for pigs, if that comes to it, because sometimes it's harder to find that. But yeah, so hopefully you could understand that as much as you could, because I didn't really do that well. I kind of just did it and was commentating. I talked a little bit, but not really. So, I'm just going to use cobblestone for one big reason. I said early game, and early game, you can use furnaces, but if I'm in a survival world, the last thing I want to do is waste my time getting stone bricks or just stone in general. Unless it really matters, it's just not the best thing. And getting stone, you can't even put it in a blast furnace, so you're kind of in a stuck position where it takes ages without a super smelter. And I want to have that, I want people to have the mindset that I want this to be a video that can be used as a starter base. I mean, this in any time should probably not be a starter base. This is really not something. I honestly have no idea. Now, I know what I'm going to do, but I have no idea. This is really not something that matters at all to most of you. I mean, you might not even add something. I have no idea. How would I know? Door. I am going to, personally, why is this in redstone, use a dark oak door. Now, the reason I'm using a dark oak door is because, now, that's good for hardcore, even though I didn't try to do that. Dark oak just kind of fits. Why is there a chunk error right there? Okay, it keeps happening. But, that's a nice little greenhouse. Now, I just did a simple little frame for it, but you could always add, like, other lines. Like, right here would be a good place for more logs. But, that's all I'm going to do for that. Now, for the house, this is going to be, actually, no, let's do some smaller things and work up to the house. This, you will need a little bit of stone brick, but not too much. That's really your choice, but, you know. So, I'm just gonna, so, just lay down that, and then I also need cobble. So, just grab all of this stuff and make some sort of something. I mean, I need grass, so I'm kind of here. I mean, I'm using dirt because I'm on 1,000 tick speed, but if you're in survival, at least legit survival, and you're not using like a ton of fertilizer or something like that, then this is what you do. You just use dirt, and you will normally use grass, but then again, I mean, if you're really doing this as a starter base, don't necessarily suggest, but if you are, you're gonna need a lot of different materials like that. So this is one that you're gonna definitely need to make. Okay, I need to make this larger. I'm kind of getting it in my head that I shouldn't make it that large, but then I'm realizing how small is. But just make it something. And honestly, this is really a personal preference. Use more stone bricks than you use anything like, cobble. Because cobble is more like a broken up stone brick, because it's kind of aged, if you go by the story, which is the point of a build. You want to add a story to every build. Builds without a story aren't builds at all. At least in my opinion. Try to match this up, but you can also add a little bit of brick to add a little bit of story, saying like, yeah, it did come down and start breaking up, but the bottom was once brick, but it started breaking up. So any of this, I'm just going to show you right now. That is not okay. Sadly, you can't have any of that for an animal pen. But you can also have the top like that. That's I'm not going to do, but you can always do. So, that's all you need. And then all you need other than that is something I already have over here. There's that. So, now, you could always use fences, but this is the nicer version of it. And let's say you're doing a pig pen, which is what I'm going to do just because it's something I've done before, and it really is something. Now, I am assuming that you have access to the nether. Now, if you don't, you can always use something different that looks like that. But the soul soil looks a lot like mud. So all you do is need some of that, some dark oak, even some podzol. And then, because I'm in, you normally just guide them in either with a lead or most likely early game. Or if you're late game, you'd normally probably just use a carrot of some sort or beetroot. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know, something I didn't know until recently, you can actually use beetroots to breed pigs. You might have gotten you might have learned that earlier, but from me saying it and just thought that was a thing and then tried it, but that is a thing. So don't say like, what do you mean? That is an actual thing. So I'm not adding any water. I'm just maybe doing something like that. And actually, if you got a slab, it kind of looks like it's down a little bit, but I'm just going to kind of do something like this. The outside you always want to be the most muddy. And then kind of start doing the dark oak. And you really don't need to do a lot. And then you kind of just add some podzol around, just because that's kind of a thing. And you also need silk touch for podzol, so, you know, again, later, actually, no, you can, I think, buy podzol off of wandering traders. So if you're really, really lucky, and somehow you have, and you have some emeralds and stuff, and you can always do that. Now, and you check the trades before you kill it for its leads. But, yeah, just another quote you can hold me on. They're wandering scammers. They're not wandering traders. But then all you gotta do is, honestly, sometimes this is, again, just a personal preference. You can add some water like that. And that kind of adds like a little muddy area. That explains why there's mud here. And now, because I'm in creative, it's time to spawn in the pig, or pigs. I'm just gonna get 2. Now, you try to make it nice, and honestly, I'm not doing this, but I might actually, but you could have like a ladder system down there and then just have a really ugly pen filled to the brim with pigs. You would have 2 here just for looks. And then, because if you, you could fill this, but why? I mean, it's so good, and then you just ruin it. This pig spawned here. Okay, this isn't good. See here? See this? That's not good. That's not what you want. If you have anything open like that... Oh, wait. Those pigs didn't spawn. Those pigs left. Okay. Get back here. Okay. I thought I fixed it, but I didn't. Wait. Apparently that's... Oh. It is, I guess. Full. Okay. That is not full. don't see any more. So, yeah, just make sure that's a thing. Just don't allow anything. Keep typing E, because in survival, you know, you push E to get, to do that. I mean, you push E for inventory. So why isn't E the way to get out? Oh, it is if you're on there, but if you're here searching, which you normally are looking for an item, you push E to get out, but it types. It's horrible. If I stand here, no matter what, there's a chunk error right there. If I move near it, places that will always have a chunk error. Maybe if I just break that block, it's going to decide, hey, yeah, sorry about your... Okay, I thought it just dropped a flower. I've had glitches like that on Bedrock, where you get the stuff. That's not how it's supposed to work, but, you know, have a little pig pen. Now, you can always make that a cow, and then, obviously, wherever you want. I'm just doing this one to show you, but I think I've done enough. We'll say procrastination, because I am really not looking forward. I'm already at a long time on this recording, so. And, by the way, if you're not a YouTuber, uploading videos onto YouTube, no matter how big your computer is, it takes a while. Now, editing softwares can get it right up there, but YouTube takes ages. Ooh, that hurt. Flat thing, you want to have some curvature. It kind of adds a little bit of detail, but again, my personal preference. So never have to do what I tell you to. I mean, if you want to build it correctly, then sure, but there's still a lot to do, and I don't want to ruin all of it, so I'm just going to say we have some more important stuff to do after the house, but the house must go in before any of that other stuff goes in. Now, the house I will be decorating, not really. I'm really not caring about decorating the house here, because, like, I'm going to have a decorating video coming up soon, and it will probably be on that house, but I do not really want to do that in this video, just because this is already going to be a long video, and I don't want to make it that much longer, and I also don't want to make it, I just want you to have your own thing. Like, I'm going to make a decorating video, and you can always follow it, but my main goal with that decorating video is just teaching you the techniques of decorating, not actually learning decorating. I mean, not actually copying my decorating. Now, obviously, you could, but, yeah. So, this is where we're going to need some stuff. And there was one key block I forgot about. Diorite and polished diorite. We're going to need those two things. And actually, I just remembered. I am so sorry. Oh, why is my chain over there? It's almost invisible. So just do something like, I don't really care on how you necessarily do it, but definitely make it too long, and then, yeah, two down, I should say. That plate? Oh, here it placed. And then place your lantern. I forgot to do this earlier when I was supposed to, so I'm doing it now. Don't like placing on chains. I didn't plan anything. I might But that's going to come in the decorating episode as well. So you're going to have to wait. No! Till a little bit. I'm guessing that will come out within the week. Then again, I was recording, then I had corruption issues, and I deleted all of my Minecraft saves, so just a thing. I mean, hardcore is starting again. I mean, I'm kind of trying to do it a little bit better, and I also got one of my videos corrupted already, so it could be a saving thing, but I was seeing if I could maybe fix it, but I can't. My small brain, so I'm trying. But just a little bit of info on that. We are going to be calling it episode 2 because I'm kind of doing the same thing. I can't look at that anymore. But yeah, you'll see. But that's not coming out for a while though. I mean, it wasn't going to come out for a little bit anyway, but now I'm not going to have it come out for a little bit longer. Oh, okay, so that's just our main blocks. We'll have more than just that. So, this is going to be the 3 technique. And then we're going to go 3 in. Going to go 3 over. Well, 3 in the space. It's 5 blocks over in total. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So just do something like that. Now all of this will be porch. So right here. Well, no. I guess I'm wrong. Because that won't work out well. Only this is porch. But yeah, okay. Now, I guess I could. You know, I don't need the polished diorite currently. So we'll just add that in here. We'll add that, and we'll go like that. Okay. So, we have this, and just add like some fencing like that, and then we have that. Now, you could add a fence gate. I'm not personally going to, but you always could. And this is where the actual house will begin. And then 3, 2, 3. That was a mess up over there. I don't love that. Maybe we'll go 4. 4 technique is a little bit weird. No one does it, including myself. I always do the 3, but in this case, I don't think there's another option but doing the 4 technique. So, we're doing the 4 technique. Now, something I just think, you know what, we're going to do that during our interior episode. Because I really don't want to make this too long. This is already my first longest video. And the thing is, most of this, except maybe like 15 minutes, is actual me talking to you. But that makes up for all of my 5-minute videos that so much happened, but the editing cut so much out. So we gotta really trying to step back up more interaction with you guys. I really want to have that interaction, and if I'm not having that interaction, then my videos go shorter and my quality goes down. So I am really trying my very hardest to get this out, and out as quick as I can. So if it doesn't come out right away. Please excuse that. I'm really trying my hardest, but it doesn't come out. I'm sorry. I mean, it will come out, but I don't know when and necessarily how, but I really am hoping I can get it out tomorrow. And this is currently Thursday. More like Friday because it's like 9. But still, like, I don't want to be that guy, like, uploading. I mean, I'm getting the videos, but then I don't upload it. I already made a path video. I'm not uploading that because I was planning on doing this video on that. But, like I said, a lot of my worlds got deleted. So, I am talking too fast. But I think everybody understands the main point of what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say I'm sorry if I don't release this right away. I'm really trying. So, please, I am trying my very hardest here to get these videos out for you guys. It's not always working out as well as I would like to be, but hopefully after all of that busy time of the year, we have a more settled time, and I can start getting these videos out. And I have, right now at school, we have our midterms, so I have to remember to get all of that done for midterms. So it's really something I gotta get. I mean, we're not having as much homework. Other than me studying, I really want to be getting that content up. And you're probably like, I don't care, just show me what I'm doing. I'm just trying to tell you this. I have no idea if any of you guys have watched any of my other videos. I mean, I know a few of you have, but I really you can always check those out, but I was just trying to get that out to you guys so you guys all know that. But let's actually get into building this. I don't want this to be, this is a simple build. Me not commentating on building that was an easy thing. So I built this. You probably saw that. That was easy enough for you to follow with, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm hoping. But, you know, I'm doing both. I am very much guessing that you're fine. I mean, hopefully you're fine on that, because that was not a very hard thing. But other than that, we built this porch. Everything we did here, kind of commentated on, not really, but you can kind of understand. But we're going to get started now, for real. So I'm going to start commentating, getting this in. So, we want cobblestone and brick. Brick. And all of those episode 1s. And just make a pattern. But why I do this, all of those episode 1s that are out there, like the village, which might eventually be named the city if it gets big enough, that world I got deleted. That was a really nice world. But there's hope for that, because I can always build that again. And that was not the best series, in my opinion. I mean, up to that point. So I really do want to make that better. But, you know, that's something that needs to happen. And the village will continue if you liked that first episode somehow. That will continue. That will get hopefully more. Like I said, I want to get this much, much, much better with me interacting with you guys. And I don't want to be that guy, like, oh, yeah, here's my building. I mean, I'm going to build a building in survival mode. Oh, I finished. Here's the building. Let me give you a tour. Okay, that's what I was, and I knew it, and I didn't like it, so I really want to be able to do something like this. And I mean, I'm not saying every video is going to be 40 minutes long, and I'm guessing it's going to be something more like an hour long, but if you watch this whole thing, definitely let me know about it, because that is amazing if you watch this whole thing. Somehow you didn't get bored of me talking about my channel. But I really just trying to tell you guys, if you are supporting the channel, expect more regular content here on the channel, but regular uploads. Now, next week, I think there will be a little bit of a... Actually, then again, that might not be true. We'll have so many midterms. I mean, we'll have midterms, so we'll have no homework at all. So I'll have even more time. The thing is, I probably will study, but, you know, I'm thinking it's just going to be maybe a down week, kind of me trying to get ready for the midterm. But enough of me talking about that. Let's get straight into building this. So, techniques of mixing blocks. This is definitely a little bit interesting. But if you do something like this, you could, something I often do, is just place all down like this and mix it up like that. But depending on which you want more of. I normally, for building, I like cobblestone more in more of it than, I mean, then again, like, I kind of want it even, but I don't want it so overblown by one. I don't like that. But this is a good thing here. This is a good, like that. I'm probably not going to put anything over. No, I will. I just need to figure out what. Oh no, I know what I will. I'm trying to I'm kind of tell you what's happening, but I'm still kind of getting used to these tutorials. This is my second tutorial. The other one is really, if you're building, I mean, it's not the best tutorial. I mean, okay. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Five's here. How tall will this be? I think it will be 4, because then we can do double windows. So, 4. You could do 3, but 4 is the ideal height. Now, I'm using spruce as my log. There has been some people that are like dark oak more. I honestly don't use dark oak that much. Now that I think about it, I haven't used dark oak once. Oh, no, I have. Wait, have I though? Yeah, I have here. I don't necessarily use it that much. I probably shouldn't have put it there, but I was thinking I might use it. I might still use a little bit of it, but dark oak is not at all my favorite. I mean, spruce is better. Like, I can definitely use dark oak, and it's one of those things that it's like spruce but darker, and sometimes you want your build to be dark and bright all at the same time, and sometimes your build is just a little too dark. And when you have too dark, it's just, I think spruce is a lot of times the better log. And a lot of people are like, oh, spruce is definitely a worse log. And I think there's situations that dark oak is better. Okay. But I think in this direct situation, spruce would be better. So if ideally you should use spruce, but there is definitely, I think, a little bit more dark oak forests that you can find. So if that is your only way of doing it, then go ahead and do that. But I mean, that's really something that I would prefer. Like, I'm not saying that I want you to do that. I'm just saying if, okay, oof. No, I'll just add 2 more. That wouldn't do anything. But you get the point. That's not a great thing. It's not a great thing that this is even. That's why I wanted the 3, but I don't have the 3 because that would make the... Why? You know what? I'm not even getting that. I'm just going to get more diorite out of my inventory. Wait a second. Oh, that explains things. Okay. So, you have a situation like this where you can't necessarily do it as you would like. This is where I figured out one of my a technique that I never would have thought of if I didn't mess up my calculations the one time. And here I am sitting here again. And all you need is that. And I saw that pig, I was like, what the? But just do something like this and make it like that. You do this like you do a normal roof up until the... And just do it like it's a normal roof. That's all you need to do. I mean, then again, I have no idea how you do a normal roof. Are you one of those weird small roof people like I demonstrated over there? Or do you do more roofs like this? Or do you do roofs where you have like the out, which is normally what's picked for starter bases? It's really depending on how much materials a lot of times you have and if you're heavy on creative. Now, I a lot of times will use creative for stuff as a testing world, but in general, I would much rather be playing survival. I mean, it really does get a little bit boring. So, and doing creative just over and over. Same blocks, same thing. You don't have to gather anything. But something like this. Look at that. Now, I find doing... This is, again, something I personally do. Where I don't... Oh, why? Okay, actually, I messed up here. You actually just leave it like that. That's what you do. And some people bring it across, and I'll show you what that looks like, and if I can push A correctly. Push A or D a whole lot, you can tell. And push S a little bit. But yeah, something like that. Now, a lot of times, I think in this situation, I'm going to be doing this. And then we'll just fill all of this in. And same way you do that. So I'll let you do that and do that on your own. Pause the video and see you then. Okay, I'm telling myself I'm gonna edit this, but so I can make weird sounds, but I'm not sure if I will. Yes, I will. If I don't edit this video, oh my goodness, it's gonna be so long. Ba na 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 na. Okay, so why use the warped stairs? I want you to tell me which one looks better. Why am I pushing Q? Why did they put Q right next to W? Honestly, I lied to myself. I lied to all of you. Please tell me you didn't do this. If you did, please get rid of it. And like I said, there is other options for early game, but in general, you would like to go to the Nether. Even if you just use the bucket trick, it is almost mandatory for this to go to the Nether. So the only thing we have to do now is add windows. And this is really just whatever you want. Just to continue the theme of over there, and you do want to use panes. I don't care if that's a personal preference or not. You are using panes if you are building this. There's situations you do not use panes, but you will use panes right now, and if you don't, I am going to be mad. Because you need to use panes. Panes are the only option. Now, I am not necessarily sure on how to do this one, because we have that 4, but actually I think that looks decent, so we're just going to do that. Bum 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 bum. Now 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 no, 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 no. Bum, 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 no, no, no. No, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. Do, 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 do. Okay. So now that we're pretty much caught up. I mean, I'm guessing everybody got that done. Hopefully. Didn't really do the generic, like, pause and everything like I normally say today, but hopefully you did it, and if you didn't, just go ahead and do it now. So, I don't really care on what plants you use. Now, me personally, next to your house in this situation, don't you dare tell me that seeds aren't the best option, because they definitely are. Just normal wheat seeds. I am on 1,000, and they're not growing as fast as... Okay, there we go. On Bedrock, this goes so quick. There we go. On 100, it goes super quick. But it's quick enough, I guess. There we go. I'm good on shaders, honestly. Get shaders for the picture, the thumbnail. But all of this will be in the next episode. This is a 2-part thing. I mean, the next episode hopefully will only be like 20 minutes. But this was... Oh, it's going to be long. It's going to be a long one. I'm hoping someone will sit through it. I can think of people that might, but anyone that I don't know watching this, if you sit through it, I mean, it's a pretty cool build. It's just, do you really want to sit through this? Anyway, let's go on a tour here. Start here. We have our little area where, actually, something that might be cool. Just add some blue flowers here. Just do something like that. So we have a little flower garden here. We have our greenhouse that I didn't plant yet. Wow. We have our little pig pen. Have this little pond here. Our house that's not decorated yet. Little wheat farm here. And where we're going to put our backyard. Oops, spoilers. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it's nice enough. This is a very sustainable thing. And like I said, this might actually be in the next episode, showing you, like, this could definitely be dug under. And then you could always make these farms. You don't need to make the backyard in the next episode, where I'm going to have all the stuff. But thank you for watching. And here, let you see my face, my beautiful, beautiful face. Wait, what? Oh, that's horrible. That is horrid. That is horrid. Why do you just go down? Why don't you sneak down? That is... Oh, that hurts me. Anyhow, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, make sure to go down below and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and thanks for watching.